Sophie. Or should I call you the Oddity? Which one?
No, Sophie's fine. I feel like the Oddity is like a whole different persona online. This one with the suit, that's Sophie.
That's Sophie. And we're actually matching.
We are.
Which
twin.
is, we are
Where have you
twinning.
been?
We're twin. But we know what the best color that suits us.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
that's
But thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. This is incredible. To be a creator and be on the stage with like some incredible pioneers of like this is iconic. I'm so excited. I'm grateful to be here for sure.
Yeah, so speaking about that, you are definitely a content creator for no one who knows.
I am.
You are very big on social media and all that stuff.
You know.
But we were just talking earlier. She's so humble. But we were just talking earlier how you started, in 2017?
I did.
And it took you, 4 years to actually, get seen or noticed or go viral?
It really did.
Tell me about that.
So I moved from Nigeria to America in 2014, did my bachelor's, and during my bachelor's I was navigating what it looks like to live in a country that's not my own. I wasn't sure what my friends were, family, all that stuff. So I started this blog called The Oddity, where I was just sharing my unique experiences. And then it sort of was just like that little diary you keep, nothing too much. Because, you tell your friends, Mommy, I'm doing blogging. What's that?
Yeah.
That's not going to pay.
Especially as a Nigerian.
Especially as a Nigerian child. So I was doing that just off and on. And then in 2020, the pandemic happened. Folks were in our homes. We were bored, nothing to do. And I thought social media was always my outlet. So let me actually start posting and creating and making people laugh. At the time, that was very sad for a lot of folks.
Oh, wow.
So it was like my outlet, and that just blew up for me. I think folks saw me as like an escape for them during that trying time. And I'm so, so grateful that they thought that little girl who was jumping and dancing in her apartment at the time was able to be that reprieve. Yeah.
Nice. It's so funny because I feel like I've seen you online before 2020.
Yeah.
But 2020 is only 4 years ago, but I feel like I've been seeing you around.
But I do have a forgettable face. That's, you know what I mean? I talk about this all the time. I'm like, folks are like, I've seen you before. I'm like, you probably have. Yeah. And I appreciate that. I like it. But yeah, I've been out here.
2020. But what I was going to say is that I like how you said that you were that outlet for people to smile during a trying time, because you do that every day. Every time I see you, you're smiling. So it's not just about the business. You actually do that. It seems like that's your persona, and you use that to actually build a business. I'm calling it a business because that's just what it is.
It's an LLC. It's the whole business. I hire people. I try to invest back into the business for myself. I'm a brand on my own, and it's been pretty impactfting for me to see myself in that way, in that light. Yeah.
So let's bring Africa into this. So when we talk about how to make Africa more competitive, you're doing this, you're putting Africa on the map, or helping to through your own work in content creation.
Yes.
So talk to me about content creation and what that looks like with Africa.
I was just talking about this on the panel I was on yesterday. The creator economy is booming, right? We can see that right now in the United States when content creators are looked at as media now, when they're invited into the White House or to the DNC. I want us to start looking at creators as that. We think about tourism as a huge, huge, huge money maker, right, on the continent, and content creators are that. If I'm thinking, I want to visit Rwanda today, I'm going to go on TikTok and say best places to visit in Rwanda, right? And then it's the content creator who took their time out of their day to edit a video about Rwanda that I'm going to go see and look at their experiences, and then I'm going to go visit. The world is a lot more smaller now because of social media and content creators like myself, like folks on the continent who are trying to show their perspective of the continent to the world. So I'm trying to do my own little part by being here in America and sharing my perspective, my upbringing, my culture with the folks who are right here beside me, but also making sure I'm connecting that back to the continent.
I know you're globally and generally speaking making people happy, which is amazing through your content and this creating this community of people who can be more genuine and it's okay because you also have some mental
I love to talk about mental health, self-love, confidence, especially as an African woman, what our expectations are and so on. So I think it's been the brand, and I like that because when I meet a lot of women here, young, old, they all come to me and say you made me happy in a perspective, you pushed me to dream bigger about a lot of the things I want to achieve. Yeah.
Nice. So you're actually helping people see you and see a better perspective of Africa and Africans.
Yes,
but tell me, moving forward, your mission. I know you are someone who came. You came to the U.S. pretty late, right?
So 2014 was 10 years ago. So to see where I am now, I'm like, hey, how has this been? How it's been a crazy experience in the best way. I think it's allowed me to realize my dreams can be bigger than what I expect, and for everyone as well, especially even as a creator, when I see my counterparts in Nigeria, the things they're working on, the things they're doing, the beauty of that talent is something that I even want to aspire to and look at too, and their inspirations to me too here. And so it's all a melting pot, right? Where being in the content world is so amazing for that reason.
Yeah, that's amazing. So when I say you just moved here and people are still learning, I'm using my words carefully. People are still learning about Africa and Africans.
Yes, they are.
And you have, kind of basically just, people don't even see you probably as African, they just see you as a smiling person who's making great content. What do you want people to know, those who are still learning about Africa and Africans?
That's honestly why I enjoy what I do, right? I think with a lot of the things that have come out from the continent, people still think Africa is a continent, and I'm telling this in 2024, right? But the beauty of the creator economy is like, you don't think of someone as an African YouTuber or a Nigerian YouTuber or this, you think of them as that person who's creating that content. It's specific. So our narratives are able to be more diverse because of it. There's too many voices now, and there's so much more to come from the continent to the world, and I'm ready. I'm excited for I want to be that voice here in New York for the folks back home. I want the people back home to be the voice for folks out here. So if you're coming telling me, oh, I think Africa is a continent, Google. I'm pretty sure you've seen a TikToker doing the same challenge you're doing on the continent, and you're watching that from your home in North Carolina or in Australia, because the world is smaller now because of it.
I love that. I love that answer. I got to give you a high five for that one. So my second to last question is, how can what you're doing, content creation and putting Africa on the map and just putting, talking more about mental health and everything else you're doing, how can people help you?
Oh my goodness. I don't want to be like the word follow, support, because I feel like the biggest thing for me is also they could just dream bigger, right? I think for a lot of Africans, we're raised in a lot of ways to just be big dreamers. I'm Nigerian. We know how much we have. We always talk about Nigerians having the big shoulder. I think that is you can help me by dreaming bigger, utilizing social media as an asset, as a tool. Don't scare away from it, right? We hear AI and we're thinking as a continent, that's too much, that's scary, that's weird, that's different. But the world is moving forward and we're not going to be left behind, right? So latch onto that, create incredible stories from where you can, and just have fun while you're doing it too. That's how you can help me.
It's funny because you're helping people to dream bigger by watching how you dream bigger, and now you're doing your thing. So you're helping them to help you.
And that's the goal of sharing my entire process. I was just talking to someone backstage about how they've seen me through the process. So someone, when I landed in America, when I was getting that master's, when I was crying on my phone about missing my mom.
Yeah, so you're a perfect example.
Yes. And I feel like if I can figure it out, everybody can.
Sophie, personally speaking, what is your commitment to making Africa unstoppable?
To continue to share my voice, my story, the good, the bad, the ugly, the in-between, because every single story, every little mold of me is important, my culture is important, and I deserve to have a voice in the large space. So I'll keep talking, and you keep seeing it.
Nice. So now you have three names. You got the Ivy, Sophie, and my twin.
Oh, period.
Thank you so much. Thank you.